Hello, welcome to the reading. So today in my meditation right before this, I was getting the word serendipity and magic. I felt called to light some myrrh incense. That could be significant for somebody here. I also saw an eye opening, so I think somebody who this message will resonate for, somebody is becoming more aware of their magic and also becoming more aware of all the synchronicities and serendipities and just odd occurrences and stuff like that happening around them and in their life. And there may also be some distractions going on, feeling the need to put away unnecessary things, or that could be some advice. There looks to be some sort of turning to the left, something from the past. This could be past pain, and there's also some sort of energy here of not wanting something to be over. So let's see if we can, let's get into this more. So the first card coming out being comfort. So comfort really talks about self-care, doing things that are nourishing even to your spirit. This could even be as simple as cleaning your home, rearranging your space to invite in more clear and comforting energy, or preparing yourself meals that your body has been craving. Whatever it is, there's something in the past or something that somebody's been doing that has been bringing more comfort into their lives, making somebody feel a little bit more at ease. This is bringing in this energy of flow. So flow, like water, like intuition, going with the flow, allowing things to flow towards you, being adaptable, allowing yourself to feel guidance, feeling more connected to the flow of the energies around you, noticing all those synchronicities. And the last card here is disruption. So disruption is actually one of my favorite cards. It's a bright, shocking pink color, so it's very, grabs your attention. It's very intense. It's non-conforming. So this can be, about needing to release fears, be bold, be courageous. This is also about shaking up things that may feel stagnant. This can also be about new ideas and innovations, even if, again, it's unexpected. So somebody has really become comfortable and tapped into this flow and is now, if not already, soon to be, or beginning to feel this energy within them, this non-conforming, thinking outside the box kind of energy. So we have the crossing, the initiation. This is like an initiation, so between two different places. This is where rebirth, transformation, being born again, the old dies, things can feel like they're kind of in a standstill right now. It can also be about letting go of the things that don't serve you anymore, and the things that keep you from living your life in the way that feels most authentic to you. This could even be letting go of the old comforts from the past, initiating ourselves into a life that's full of more magic and beauty, even if that means not fitting in, or maybe not going along with the status quo or expectations, leading into something that's, exciting, possibly disrupting, but very much so exciting and feels authentic and true. And we also have here the stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. So somebody is coming into a time where they're starting to see all the possibilities that are maybe sometimes covered, maybe sometimes hidden, maybe sometimes possibilities that you have to figure out for yourself, possibilities that are not as much mainstream. This is a call to explore, a call to choose and not be distracted or afraid of how big things may seem. So sometimes exciting new opportunities can also seem scary, right? Focus on your North Star, your destiny that you're creating, whatever it is that's calling you, whatever makes you feel like you're in flow, whatever makes you feel like this magic is alive. Take those small steps. Every small step counts. Try to visualize what it is. Imagine the universe working with you. Think about how it feels. And allow your intuition to guide you there. Tap into that flow, tap into that inner knowing and intuition. Yes, beautiful. So right now, somebody, whoever this message is for, you are in this space, the cosmic womb, the divine feminine, where everything is possible, where things are created, where life begins, where things are nurtured, where things are grown, where things are birthed and created. It's almost like inside of that seed, inside of that egg, inside of the womb, things are growing, things are being created. They are not fully formed yet, but this is a place of the divine feminine. This is a place of creativity. You may not know all the answers yet, but there is something like a spark deep within you. There's something growing, something that still needs nurturing. You may be feeling new inspirations, new ideas. And just remember that you are safe to explore. Allow your curiosity and your creativity to nurture this seed of desire within you, the seed of whatever it is that you're working on that is calling you to be created. So, what comes out when asking about the distraction? What is distracting? We have the prayer card. So, the prayer can be expecting results, the things that we are asking for, the things that we are wanting, but also putting the energy outside of ourselves. You know, it's like when you have a dream or there's a desire and you're like, oh, I'll see if that happens, right? Instead of actually taking it upon ourselves to reach up and grasp it. And for others here, I feel like the prayer is almost speaking to some people who could maybe utilize a little bit more. Maybe something has been distracting you so that you haven't been able to have that time to really, you know, sit with yourself and what it is that you want and what it is that you're asking for, what you might need help with. Maybe something's been distracting you from really getting in touch with the magic all around you. Something is preventing you from believing or seeing that the world and the universe and everything is, you know, co-creating with you, not against you. You know, trusting that when you have your clear intentions and you set your mind on something and you do what it is that you can to make things work, the universe or God and whatever it is that you believe in, it will answer back, it will speak back to you. Maybe somebody here is uncomfortable with the idea of prayer. If you want to name it a different word, you can use a different word if that works better for you. It can be even like paying homage, asking for guidance, you know, connecting with your higher self. This can also speak to asking results. So maybe in the past somebody here hasn't really gotten the results that they've wanted, and they found, you know, they found a way to be comfortable with things, or even letting the distraction of these comforts, or letting these comforts be the distraction, right? Instead of crossing that bridge into this state of flow, into this feeling of nurturing and creating something that we desire, right? And just knowing that these things are possible. It may be disruptive, it may be unusual, but I mean, we live in a world of possibilities. If we can put our minds and our energies and our hearts into it. So then we have here apocalypsis. Notice all the patterns, and the eye is open. It is starting to notice all of these patterns around it. This is the unknown becoming the known and guiding the way, versus feeling hopeless and helplessness. You know, like saying like, F it, it's not even worth it. This is about allowing that that veil of deception to be lifted. This is crossing that bridge into the unknown, into the realm of possibilities. This is about truths being revealed. Anything from, huge global things to intimate personal things. This is about truths that have been kept in the dark being revealed and seen and understood. And sometimes when things come into the light, it can be very relieving to finally have a sense of truth, but also there can be an element of despair and grief when we have to, realize things maybe weren't the way we thought they were, or when we have to almost mourn, something that we believed in, or some way that we used to think, or some ideas or values that we used to hold close to us. This is about an old narrative breaking so that a new story can be created. It's like devastation and some things being destroyed so that something beautiful can be created in its place. This is about seeing all of the hidden things, but also being able to look at the most inner, precious, innocence, that truth within. Staying centered and grounded right now is very important in this time. Allowing yourself to go with the flow, but also steering your own ship. And this is leading us into the energy of the maiden. So this is again about that innocence, that curiosity, feeling full of vitality, that disruptive energy. It's full of, even the colors match here with the pinks, even that very, very vivid, very boom pow, magical, sensual, full of vitality. This is like that pink disruption card. It's something that's very, very powerful. Something that can get a lot of different reactions. This is things similar to the womb being created. Things full of potential. This is also a very youthful card, so speaking about having a lot to learn still, having a lot to, after this unearthing and this discovery, having a lot to think about here. Becoming curious, diving into those magical spaces. The maiden isn't very afraid. She's more curious and brave, and some people may call her naive, but at the same time, it's through these experiences that we learn and grow. So this, to wrap this up, this is kind of like somebody was comfortable with a certain way that they were used to desiring things or communing with their higher self or the divine or God outside of them. But there's been some sort of transition here into a place where old paradigms are falling away. All these patterns are beginning to be seen. We're starting to realize the truth from the lies. Starting to feel more connected with some sort of a divine flow. Starting to feel that within ourselves, that we are the ones that can create. We are the ones that can, decide what it is that we want, and bringing us into this realm of seeing that so many things are possible. We may need to be a little bit curious and maybe get over some fears of being disruptive and living outside of the status quo. And it's not easy to leave things behind. It's not easy to accept that things are over. Even if it's something that, like in this apocalypse energy, something that we know to be not completely true, or something that we now know to be not necessarily good for us, or just something that we don't want. It can be kind of hard to be able to see things in a new way. It can be hard to be able to let go of things that used to bring us comfort. It maybe even used to be something that we thought we wanted. It can also be hard to realize that, as important as it is to visualize and do all this like prayer work and communing with the divine or the higher self or whatever it is externally that you believe in, whether that's a part of you or the belief paradigms here don't matter so much as realizing now that it's this. Even this is bringing us into this pink energy of comfort. Sometimes it's hard to let go of things that we know we've outgrown because they can be very comfortable. They can be something that we've known, and the brain is wired against new things to seem like it's a threat, but usually on the other side, that is where most of the possibilities lie. That is where our true passions, not just feeling comfortable, but feeling invigorated, feeling this like passion, this boundless curiosity, it lies on the other side of this transformation, of this internal creation space. And to tie it all up, this is about the warrior energy. So the warrior speaks about fierce clarity, being very sure of what it is that we want and where we're going. It talks about purposeful action, so doing what we know we need to do to get ourselves to where we're wanting to go or to become who we want to be. It's about having that clear vision and doing the work to get there, having that resolve and that resilience to see it through even when things are hard. And there's actually in this book, there's part of this, I really like this line. It says here, those who defeat others are strong, but those who defeat themselves are mighty. So again, this is speaking about a very deep personal place of transformation and rebirth. Finding your true purpose, finding what matters the most to you. What do you stand for? What are you willing to rise in the name of? And with the warrior being related to war, of course this can be about death and rebirth. But more so internally, it's like the places within the self that no longer serve us, the deeply held beliefs that, you know, maybe at one point we can honor that they worked and they've got us to where we are now, but we're allowed to decide that, you know, we can say thank you and let those go and decide that now we're at a place where some new ideologies and some new beliefs and ways of thinking is more so what we need in order to propel us into the future that we have decided that we now want for ourselves. So choose wisely, realign with the wisdom within you. This is like a fine balance between battle and surrender in order to gain that knowledge, in order to have all those beautiful aspects of ourselves. You know, we're not just one thing. We have red, you know, all the colors of the rainbow. We have all of these different aspects within us. And how can we let our full true self shine and connect with our inner vision and strength to make it through this, to make it through these changes? What is it that we need to do to cross this path towards the infinite possibilities? Something that makes us feel curious, creative, and alive. And just know that if there's something that's hard to let go of, something that's hard to put away, something that we may not want it to be fully over, just know there are greater and better and more beautiful things not just waiting for you, but for you to decide you can have something even greater, something even more in alignment. You know, it's not about going for good enough. It's not about, you know, settling for the comforts. It's about really transforming those internal spaces so that we can align ourselves with something that feels invigorating, not just comfortable, but like, wow, this is everything I've always wanted. You know, let those dreams be as wild and as big as possible, and just know that you have what it takes to get there, and the universe and whatever it is that you believe in, it believes in you too. So I'm going to leave this one here. Thanks again, everyone, for your time and energy, and feel free to like and leave comments, all that good stuff. Much love. Until next time.